Pop culture is more than just entertainment. It's a lens into society, relationships, and human behavior. I'm Grace, and here on the Grace Report, we dive into stories beyond the headlines. Whether it's reality TV drama, celebrity scandals, or royal family intrigue, I'm here to break it all down. What it means, why it matters, and how it reflects the world we live in. Join the conversation, share your take, and let's make sense of the culture shaping our lives one story at a time. Hey, good morning, sunshine. TGIF. Again, this week felt very strange. Like it felt like it flew by quickly, but also just felt strange in general, just because we had a pause in the middle of it. I think it was Tuesday where people here didn't work. So when I kept working on the Tuesday. I had my morning report. However, the Wednesday to me, when I woke up, I thought it was a Monday, and I've been kind of messed up ever since. Anyway, hopefully you guys are on the right track and your week is doing well. I'm going to the gym after today's morning report so I could get back in the rhythm of things. The winter blues have been kicking in and keeping me away, but getting back on my grind tonight, which I'm really, really excited about. I wanted to talk to you guys about something. Remember how I told you guys I started taking minoxidil? I sent my brother a screenshot from like yesterday's morning report. I'm like, do you see? It's starting to work. Because when I did like faux locks, I did faux locks as a style, and it like particularly snatched out my edges here. I had like nothing here for a while, but it had been growing in on its own. But with minoxidil, it's coming in even further, which I'm really happy about. And then these places are being filled in. I want to have it to be a nice rounded hairline. At first, it went back here, which was driving me nuts. So I'm noticing that it's filling in, which I'm really quite happy about. Like my first side effect that I had when I first started taking it was, and I don't do it as the oral pill. I do it topically. So my first side effect that I was having was these migraines. Apparently minoxidil can give you migraines if you're putting too much on your head or whatever. But ever since I got that straight, I've been on the up and up, and I'm really excited and happy about it. And I'm looking forward to finally having my hair done today. I am so sick and tired of having like 2-3 hair strands. I want to have thick, voluminous hair so I could finally just, be happy with my hair. So I'm on this journey, y'all, on this journey. Anyway, happy Friday to y'all once again. Let's see who we've got with us. We've got Gala. Good morning, Gala. Good morning, Angie. Good morning, Caroline. Caroline, I was thinking about you yesterday, or was it before yesterday, when we were talking about Wendy Williams and the documentary, the Netflix movie that you told us to watch, which was I Care a Lot. And by the way, who told me to go watch the Wendy Williams biopic or whatever that they put on Netflix finally? I actually watched that yesterday while I was doing my nails, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, good morning, Jamie, Kahara, Venetia, Shem. Yes, you are. I love that. Good morning, Acacia. Good morning, Dabbers as well. So nice to see you. What a radiant smile you've got. Good morning, Latasha. Nice to see you, boo. Good morning, Jess. Talk about the new emails about Trump and Bill. What are the new emails? I'm scared of you guys' politics. I've been keeping him on a mute for quite a while. What's happening with those emails? The last time I heard about you guys or your president, what was happening? Something about him spending hours with like trafficked minors or something like that. Is there more? Bill Clinton was caught too. That wouldn't surprise me. Wasn't he another well-known creep? Good morning, Tia. Good morning, Latasha. Again, had my leftover pizza for breakfast this morning. Feeling good. I love that. I love a little good leftover situation, especially cold pizza. Did you keep it cold? I love cold pizza. Good morning, Minnie. I didn't realize you could never... But you know what I equate it to? Like bathing, like showering, brushing your teeth, things like that. Like, and thankfully it doesn't cost that much. I got like, I think 6 bottles for maybe like $30, and the bottles are supposed to last you at least a month. I'm on 2 months and I'm still on my first bottle. And so all I do is I just spray it, rub it, and call it a day when I brush my teeth in the morning and then when I brush my teeth at night. So to me, I consider it the same personally. It's just, it sucks that it's another cost, because one thing about living is there's a lot of costs associated with this damn thing. What a scam. Good morning, Allie. Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Loving the new photo. Good morning, Michelle, Kalia. And okay, so oh God, Bill Clinton, the creep. He's in it too. Oh Lord, have mercy. What? No, stop it. What? Guys, are you pranking me? Are you pranking me? Donald Trump was slobbing the knob on Bill Clinton? Hang on. Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. Oh God, I hope nobody's watching my search history because this is crazy. I hope they don't show me pictures. Are you kidding me? What? I don't see anything about this, but that is kind of crazy. Okay. Huh. I haven't seen anything about that. I'm hoping it is a conspiracy theory because that is absolutely wild. People are calling him Donica Lewinsky. Jesus. Good morning, Andre. Nice to see you. Donica Lewinsky is sending me. There's so much more out there now, Grace. Everyone is still coming through it. Listen, you know what I might even do? Get it put through ChatGPT. Ask my chatbot to summarize it for me. I have that premium ChatGPT, so hopefully it does a good quality summary because that is crazy. Hey, Tiff. Good morning, boo. We've missed you. Took Monica's place. Are you serious, you guys? You read it yourself too, Jess? Oh my God. How did this happen? How did this happen? And I agree, Winnie. This is absolutely insane. He went by the nickname Bubba. Wow. Listen, maybe that might be my weekend activity. Speaking of weekend activity, I'm going to be going for a nice walk tomorrow in one of those parks in the Parisian suburbs. You know when you want to clean your ears, but then you're like, oh, no, I'm going to be going for a long walk. It might be windy and cold, and I don't want to have a migraine at the end of my walk. I have to clean them after my walk. That's where I'm at with my ears today. Tia says, that's why I never tried full locks. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do the full locks. They're cute and everything, but they will snatch your edges out. I am still recovering. I think I had them done 2 years ago. They snatched me all up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Listen, you guys, we've got a couple of stories in today's episode of the Morning Report that I'm looking forward to discussing with you guys. The first one I was actually quite shocking. I really felt badly for Ariana Grande when she got snatched up by a fan on a red carpet in Singapore while promoting Wicked 2. We've also got to talk about Ray J clapping back at the Kardashians. He is countersuing or launching his own lawsuit against Kimberly, Kris, and accusing them of planning to release that tape that he and Kim Kardashian so famously starred in. So I got some details on that as well. Then we've got to talk about Nick Cannon's daughter, Monroe. You know how Nick Cannon has like 20,000 kids by 20,000 or 25,000 women? Well, here's the family tree, by the way. Monroe is just like her mother, Mariah Carey. She doesn't know those people. She took to her Instagram. By the way, I didn't even know she was old enough to have an Instagram. In my mind, these kids are still like 8 years old, right? So she took to her Instagram to be like, listen, I know y'all are accusing me of having all these siblings everywhere, but I don't know what you're talking about. I only have one sibling, one brother, and his name is Moroccan. Let me tag his Instagram so you guys can find him. And then finally, our last story is going to be about Cardi B. Cardi B literally just gave birth the other week, and she is already photographed at the gym. You know, Cardi B has a tour that is set to kick off in February. She just had a baby by a random man that she's dating while married to her husband. And the record label says, we are sick and tired of you getting knocked up when we are supposed to be going on tours, you know, doing all these things to roll out your damn album. We're not taking it this time. You get your behind in the gym, new baby be damned, and start working out. I actually really feel bad for her on the one hand, but on the other hand, I hate poor coochie management. She is old enough to know better. She should not have been knocked up by this random man. Mind you, her baby daddy, Stefan Diggs, he's got this is like his 4th child that he's welcoming this year. He's got like 4 different women pregnant. So to go and put yourself in this kind of position over a raggedy, dusty, grimy, dirty D bum, embarrassing. Truly, truly embarrassing. And you're well into your 30s going through a divorce. Come on, girl. Come on. I can't believe it. But we're going to be getting into all that and more in today's episode of The Morning Report. Please don't forget to go ahead and give the stream a thumbs up if you find yourself enjoying it at any given moment. Okay. Why don't we start off with the Ariana Grande of it all? So she and her Wicked co-stars were walking a red carpet in Singapore when a rabid, obsessed weirdo fan just jumped out of nowhere and grabbed her, trying to get like a selfie with her or to be seen or photographed with his arm around her. He didn't mean to attack her, harm her, or anything like that, although he very much did. But he's just a rabid, strange person. And this is something that he has had a long-standing reputation of doing with various celebrities. And so currently, well, he did actually get arrested after the ambush, but he was subsequently freed very shortly thereafter. And so there he is bragging about being let out of jail and whatnot, which is just absolutely ridiculous. His name is Johnson Wen, by the way. So I have the video of him ambushing Ariana. And I have two videos, actually. I have it from two different angles. So you could truly see just how shocked Ariana, Cynthia Erivo, and the rest of their Wicked co-stars were. And it was actually Cynthia Erivo that jumped into action to protect and save Ariana. She got this man the hell up off of Ariana. And I definitely have to applaud her for that, because she really did the damn thing. So go ahead, take a look at these videos and let me know what you think.
Oh my God. Oh, what the hell? Are you okay?
A friend to tell a friend. She's back.
So there you guys go. The guy really did just, manhandle her in an attempt to get photographed with her, which was really, really unfair to Ariana. Ariana has already gone through quite a bit as far as fan safety is concerned. We all know about that very famous, tragic Manchester concert bombing that she was a victim of in the 2010s and whatnot. And so I imagine that this must have been very, very traumatic and shocking for her, especially in light of having already been victim of another psycho. Although, again, this person was not meaning to or searching to do her any kind of harm. He was just a thirsty, no offense, but sort of a thirst bucket, right? But still, it's unfair that he would go and put his hands on her like this. It's really, really unfair and really, really scary. So let's take a look and see what some of y'all have to say about this interaction. I'm seeing a lot of you guys praising Cynthia for being able to step into action so quickly. And I do completely agree. Like, I am incredibly, incredibly impressed by her reaction to this. She was not scared at all. And you could see Cynthia is somebody who loves to work out. So do not mess with her. She very well could have opened up a can of whoop ass on him if she wanted to. It's amazing the amount of security that they had, and none of the officers stepped in, created a barrier or anything like that when they saw him coming. He didn't come from the side or this or that. He came head on, y'all. It was so ridiculous. Winnie the Cat says, got to give Cynthia credit. When Ariana was attacked, she was the definition of ride or die. I wouldn't want to mess with her or someone she cares about. Exactly. Like, she really is that girl. And I'm so impressed by her bravery in the face of this, because you don't know if these people are armed. You don't know if these people, because sometimes this happens. When you think about other celebrities, like the late singer Christina Grimmie, right? Like, somebody was so obsessed with her, so overzealous. The person wound up taking her life. You really don't know what it is that this person has in store for you. And so for her to jump in without even knowing if this person was armed or anything like that, that's absolutely incredible. when he also says, hasn't this guy done it a couple of times to different celebrities? Yes, he has. He's been bragging about this. He was also saying that he doesn't know like how he managed to get out of jail so quickly when he has a reputation in Singapore. It's very, very sad and disappointing. Megan, I love your doggy's picture. Cynthia does not play about Ari. Absolutely not. You know, I have to admit, when I first saw the initial press run for the first Wicked, I thought that they were just putting on like to really sell this film. But at this point, it really does look like they have a genuine friendship, and that you know, it's something that's going to last beyond this film. And I really love that for the two of them. I think that's a really, really beautiful thing. And so I love that for them. Do you guys remember, by the way, the names of the other people that this person has ambushed, by the way? Ali says, the cast of Wicked pays so much for security. Where's the security that they paid for? Why is it always a Black woman having to jump in and save the day? Oh, good question. Why is that? Where's the security? You know, there was even a man on the cast of Wicked right there with them. What's his name? Jeff Goldblum or something like that. Why didn't he jump in? Good morning, Ronnie. Happy Friday. And Ronnie's also asking, why is she always being attacked? Exactly. I really feel for her. Listen, Ariana Grande is like, what, 35 pounds or something like that, for a grown man to be lunging at her, jumping, grabbing her, putting his arms around her, and like swinging her around to pose for a picture with him. Like, that is a very, very shocking and crazy and scary thing. Like, she was very obviously overwhelmed by the interaction, as anyone would be, right? Like, you really do not expect for things like that to happen. Andre says Wicked has too much press. Listen, especially that first one. That first one was kind of weird. All the stuff that they were doing to sell that movie. Amen. Latasha says, not Cynthia being a great bodyguard. Listen, if the whole acting thing doesn't work out for Cynthia, maybe that's her next calling. And do you see like all the muscle, all the definition on her? Like, she is a strong woman. Lex says, surprised Cynthia had the strength to push him off. Period, right? This guy's much bigger than these two ladies, and she still managed to have Ariana's back. It's such a beautiful thing. Shem says, nah, I'm team Black women are not here to save you. There is no way. And listen, I understand the need for rest as well. And, you know, for people to stop always looking to Black women as some sort of a savior or whatever, right? Emotional, rehabilitation center, etc. So I definitely do understand you guys' perspectives as well. Theo says that guy has been trying to tackle multiple celebrities, such a disgrace. What is his thing? And from what I'm understanding, I don't remember the names of all the celebrities that this man has ambushed, but I believe he only goes after female celebrities as well. So it's very interesting that this grown man who has a thing for grabbing celebrities avoids grabbing male celebrities. Why is that, right? Winnie the Cat says, I feel so sad for Ariana. She must hate public events. First, the bombing in 2017, and now people grabbing her. Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if she went on hiatus for a little bit after this, because yeah, this must have been very, very, very overwhelming for her. And I imagine that she's also had other instances or run-ins with overzealous fans as well that have resulted like this. Did you guys remember when we were talking about the Billie Eilish concert, how that guy, she was like doing the thing, like touching the hands of the people at the barrier and everything, and then this guy drags her. He uses all his grown loser man might to drag her, try to flip her over the thing and whatnot. Like, what is it with these men going after these young, skinny little girls? Like, why? Because we know they could be fans of other men as well, but you don't see them trying to do this to the Bradley Coopers, to the Ryan Goslings, to the Denzel Washingtons. Why are they only going after these young girls? It's very, very weird. It's just, sorry, but it's loser behavior. It is so weird. Ali says, I think the laws in Singapore will keep them behind bars for a while, hopefully. Unfortunately, he's already out and bragging about it. He got out, I think, in like less than 24 hours as well. I don't know if I said his name or not, you guys, but just in case, his name is Johnson Wen. And he already posted the videos on his own Instagram to sort of brag about it, you guys. And he's getting dragged as he should, but he just doesn't see anything wrong with what it is that he does. And so you better believe that there will be more headlines and stories about this guy doing this to other women as well, especially because of how viral this has gone. His face is everywhere, and he's incredibly, incredibly, incredibly proud of that, which is so strange. Like, how are you proud of violating a person, manhandling a woman for what? Like, what did you get out of it? Like, you got shoved off by Cynthia Erivo, security escorting you out. Then you got arrested, even if it wasn't for a long time, but you were in police custody. So what even is the point of doing this? And exactly, we need the catalyst. And it's something I noticed actually when I put up one of these pictures. I'm trying to see which picture it is, where I was like, listen, damn, all these girls on this movie are tiny, because you see all of Cynthia's muscles and this and that, and then you see Ariana. Ariana's not into, I don't think she's into the whole exercising thing. I think she's just thin through other means, right? But then you see Michelle Yeoh in the gray dress with her back towards Ariana. She too is very, very tiny. All of these girls are incredibly tiny. So for this grown man to be going after these like tiny ladies is just so strange and just so pathetic on his end. I'm really disappointed in that. Again, I'm glad that Cynthia was able to step in and whatnot, but I hate that she was even put in that position. It should have been up to security. And I also think that that guy, Jeff Goldblum, should have stood in and done something as well. It's strange to me that he was kind of just there watching it all go down. But listen, at the same time, we all have different reactions to things that shock us. Sometimes, like some people, they need a longer time to process. Some people, they spring right into action. So I can't hate on him too much. Good morning, Jaleesa. Nice to see you. Shem says Cynthia doesn't look like she weighs more than 50 kilos. Listen, I don't know what the heck they were putting in the water in the Wicked thing, but it looks like you can't weigh more than like 30 kilograms if you want to star in Wicked, because Cynthia, she didn't used to be that tiny, but ever since Wicked, the first movie, she became, scary skinny, just like Ariana is scary skinny. I don't know what they're doing, over there as far as craft services is concerned, but yeah. Anyway, you guys, why don't we get into the Karen Huger of it all? Yo, I completely even forgot to tell you that I have a video of Karen Huger. I think I accidentally showed you that video. I thought I showed you two angles of that guy jumping Ariana, but I think I accidentally showed you a video of the Grand Dame Karen Huger pulling up to the airport, getting ready to head, Vegas? Getting ready to head off to BravoCon. Have any of you guys ever done BravoCon, by the way? Because I feel like that would be a really exciting thing, like BravoCon. I think it would be really cool and exciting from a content perspective and whatnot, but I've never been. So I'm kind of curious if there's anyone who could give us some insider information on what that's all about. So we all know that Karen Huger very recently got out of jail, where she served a very short couple of months for her fourth DUI charge. And we haven't yet seen her on The Real Housewives of Potomac. So we've kind of almost all but forgotten about her. And so now to find out that there she is getting ready to appear at BravoCon, that's absolutely incredible. So I do believe, well, actually, I'm certain that they filmed her exit from the jail for The Real Housewives of Potomac, because when she pulled off in the car, we saw the GoPros already fixed to the windows and whatnot of the car. We saw the Bravo cameras outside of the jail and everything like that. So she is going to be making an appearance at some point during the season. And by the way, you guys, Andy actually kind of spilled the beans during Watch What Happens Live to say that the Bravo cam have been picked up in order to get reactions to Wendy and Eddie Osefo's charges as well. So that is something that we can look forward to watching on this season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Anyway, I know I accidentally showed you this video already, but I do want to put it back up just so people could see it within, the proper context this time around. Okay, so here goes. This is Karen Huger at the airport getting ready to head to Bravo.
A friend to tell a friend. She's back.
There you go, you guys. How do you feel about it? Do you think that it's okay that Karen Huger is going to be going to BravoCon despite just getting out of jail? Despite being convicted on her fourth DUI. This is not her fourth conviction, but this is her fourth DUI nonetheless. So I really want to know what y'all think about that. But don't forget, she's not the only Bravo celebrity to have a DUI. Shannon's there, and I think she was there shortly after her DUI situation as well. Luann, she was also assaulting officers. There's a lot of criminals in the Bravo world. Theo says, I'm surprised that Karen is at BravoCon doing photo ops with fans. Same here, right? But listen, I do think that she needs the coin. The Black Bill Gates, he's not working anymore. He's retired. He was having some tax issues before his retirement. And Karen, we know that she likes to spend a lot. She is really, really, really obsessed with the fame that comes with being on Bravo. So I don't think that she's going to be walking away anytime soon. Andre says BravoCon is a good experience. Really, you went? Oh my God, I'm so jealous. I would kill to go. Well, not kill, but I'd love to go. Terry says, how far ahead is the season film? That's a good question. Normally, I think they're about 6 months ahead, but whenever big things like this happen, they continue with extended filming whenever they can. So for example, surrounding Karen's release date. So we are going to be able to see that at the end of the season as well, but it's all at the very end, her coming out. I really do wonder how they're going to stack them between Karen coming out of jail and Wendy and Eddie getting arrested and going to jail. That's going to be very interesting to fit all that stuff at the very end of the season and then to discuss it at the reunion as well. They haven't taped the reunion yet, have they? East Austin says, I can't believe how much I miss Karen. You really do feel her absence on the show. Sorry to Giselle, sorry to Ashley, but they cannot carry the show without Karen. Like, she just has that energy that they will never, ever possess, unfortunately. Ronnie says, that's her job. Whatever, I don't support her, but shrug. Exactly, right? The girl's got to work. And listen, some of y'all's coworkers might have DUIs. Did I ever tell you, guys, once when I was in Canada, this past summer, actually, I was minding my own business. I like to hang out like in the car, in like the parking lot and in drive-thrus for some peace and quiet. So I was minding my own business. I had done my groceries, but I liked my peace and quiet. So I was just minding my own business in the car. And this lady pulls up beside me in her car. And she parks right beside me. And then I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You know, big old parking lot, but you're going to park right beside me. Okay. No big deal. I don't mind. I was looking for some company anyway. And then she pulls out something and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know what it is. I've never seen anything like this, but I thought it was interesting. And so then she goes, does her shopping. And then 15, 20 minutes later, she comes out and then she looks around. I don't know how she didn't see me because I was parked there before her and I'm sitting there in the car in the driver's seat. She looks around and then she ducks and she starts breathing in her breathalyzer, right? So this is not just a celebrity thing. You know, some people that you know in real life, some of your own colleagues might have DUIs. You know, I don't think that should disqualify people from being able to work because at the end of the day, people still do need to bring home that bacon, right? Anyway, Andre says, Karen Huger looks good. She does. Listen. She does. She does look like she had some kind of good spa treatment after getting out of the slammer. Terry says, how are people even allowed to have 4 DUIs? That's possibly 4 lives. Exactly. I hate that. I really do not think that we are strict enough when it comes to DUIs at all. I think that she should still be in jail, to be honest with you. And she should have been put in jail a long time ago. Tia says, Karen could have had house arrest, but chose to fight those charges. What is it? Pride before the fall. How does that expression go, you guys? Someone please help me. Just says, what is it? The fall comes, the pride always comes before the fall, or the fall always comes before the pride. Something like that, right? Jess says, I'm sorry, this is off topic. I hate to interrupt, but people are starting to make Trump and Clinton memes. It's taking me out. Listen, I'm so happy you spilled this tea because this is what I'm going to be spending some of my evening doing after the gym tonight. I really want to get into this and see what the heck. Like, why was he doing it? Was it for like a, you know, for his own pleasure? Was this for like favors, like blackmail purposes? What was happening? You know, like that is absolutely crazy. Yes, exactly. Karen has a certain je ne sais quoi. She has a certain aura, a certain energy that just commands the room. And she does a really, really good job of keeping Giselle and Ashley in line so they don't run amok. And right now they don't have that. And so that's why the season is a little bit of a mess, right? Listen, exactly, Terry. Like, why would you park next to me if you didn't want me looking inside your car? Come on. If she had a small car and I was in an SUV, I was going to look. Thank you. And thank you. Pride cometh before the fall. Exactly. Right. And I worry that that's what Wendy is going to do. Wendy and Eddie, they also seem to be, you know, deeply delusional about their odds of beating their case. Like, it does not look good for them. There's a lot of evidence against them. I personally do think that they are going to be found guilty and sentenced to a lot of time. And so if I were their family member, friend, or whatever, I would be urging them to plead guilty or to find a plea deal or something like that, right? And it should be. It should be, Jazz. I think it's crazy that anybody can have more than one and not be behind bars. We once has heard of people having 6. It's ridiculous. It's like the easiest way. If you ever wanted to like off someone, just have a couple sips, find them on a sidewalk, run them over. Don't do it. I'm just saying, but this is how weak DUI laws are. And then be like, well, what? I was drunk. No big deal. Like that's how they treat it. And it's absolutely sickening. Andre says the Men of Southern Charm cast were rude. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Aren't they like a bunch of like, I don't want to say Nepo babies, but aren't they like a bunch of like just there, like, like they're mama's boys, like who haven't really earned much for themselves. Those are like the people who have the biggest egos. Just saying. Hey, 2 snaps. Good morning. Good morning. Now, you guys, why don't we get into our next story? What was our next story? I can't believe I forgot to tee up the Karen one. Let's get into Ray J. Ray J is suing the Kardashians, y'all. You already heard, right? Like you heard about how Kim and Kris have decided to sue him because he was getting reckless. He was saying all sorts of things. He was saying that they are worse than P. Diddy. They're doing their own trafficking, all this stuff that was really, really sickening, if not true, right? And so the two of them decided to go ahead and sue him, which I thought was the right move. But now here he comes suing them back. And I'm actually quite fascinated about this. Like, let's get into what exactly he alleges in his own lawsuit. It's nothing that you haven't heard before, right? So he is suing them by saying that, quote, Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian have spent 2 decades peddling the false story that the sex tape that Kardashian filmed with Ray J was leaked against her will. He says that they were 100% in on it. They did the marketing and all that stuff behind the film to make him into a big star. And so he says that Kim and Kris are furious that he no longer wants to play along with their lies about the release of the tape. It was consensually filmed and consensually released. And he also says that Kris and Kim and Kanye all falsely accused him of SAing Kim while she was sleeping on their Kardashian show. And he says that they falsely accused him of releasing revenge porn and of extortion as well. And so let's see what else. When he hit back through an attorney, Kardashian. Okay, so yeah. Here's the thing, though. I don't think that this has really all that much to do with their lawsuit against him because they're suing him for defamation, not over this stuff. He's been saying this for years, that they were in on the tape being released. And I do think that that's fact, and I think that that's provable. And that's why they're not suing him for that particularly. They are suing him because he claimed that they do their own sort of trafficking operations similar to Diddy. So I don't really understand what his lawsuit here has to do with theirs against him at all. Maybe you guys can help me out here, but I don't see it. So anyway, the Kardashians' lawyer responded to Ray J's filing in an exclusive statement to Page 6. And in his statement, their lawyer, Alex Spiro, said, and I quote, "After realizing he's losing the case and losing his way, this disjointed, rambling distraction is not intimidating anyone. Ray J will lose this frivolous case too." So there it is. Listen, I'm sorry, you guys, but I do indeed believe that it is true that he's going to lose because his lawsuit has nothing to do with what it is that these ladies are suing him for at the end of the day. He needs to prove that they have been investigated for RICO charges and that they are involved in some sort of ex-trafficking operation. And he can't prove that because, in my opinion, it's not true. And so I do think that that is going to cost him a lot. You can't just throw these distractions around that have nothing to do with the subject at hand. And I do believe that the judge is going to scold him or reprimand him for that as well. So let's see what you guys have to say about this case in the comment section. Ray J is definitely going to lose this case. And I agree. Listen, I think Ray J has been unwell for quite a while now. And I don't know what happened to him, why he's spiraling, why the people around him aren't doing much to help him. But yeah, it's going to cost him a very pretty penny. You cannot just throw those kinds of allegations out against people without any proof. It's very easy to sue you. because it's up to you to prove that they're involved in that stuff, and you can't. You can't. Good morning, Ramel. Nice to see you, boo. Happy Friday. Just says, like that entire thing went on for a week, he would just randomly go live on Instagram. Is that Ray J and all of his like IG crash outs? Terry says, imagine a man putting a song, who's put a song out about you is suing you. He's obsessed. I don't know what these girls have on these guys, but the way they get so obsessed with them, like Kanye was so obsessed with Kim post-divorce, even though he was cheating on her throughout the marriage. She gets with Pete and he's threatening Pete's life. He's making all these weird videos about Pete to get him away from Kim. We all know that Lamar Odom is still obsessed with Khloe. Trash Can is trying to, hover back into her life too. Like it is so strange. And thank you, Jaleesa. If you guys are enjoying today's episode of the Morning Report, please don't forget to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Just as I remember when he was going on, there it goes. So this is Ray J and spilling so much tea. And he's been at it for a while. I remember when he first said that they were involved in the tape leaking and he showed like their signatures on the contracts and stuff like that. Remember, they did not sue him then because I do believe that that is true. By the way, Andre has been to BRAVOCON, so he's been spilling a little bit of tea. So he says that the Southern Charm guys were really rude and that they're all a mess, including Craig and the ladies as well. So it just says, people drinking and driving really breaks my heart. It's so selfish. It really, really is. I think we should be a lot stricter on DUIs. I hate. And people act like it's such a casual thing. Like, oh, everybody has DUIs. Because we're way too easy on people about that. It should not be as treated as lightly as it's treated. Ramon says, I feel like he's still insecure in his life with his career, and I feel badly for Brandy. And that's the thing. Ray J kind of reminds me of Tamar Braxton in the sense in that they have incredible voices. They really, really do. Like, listen, Ray J used to be one of my favorite singers back in the day, y'all. I loved his song Sexy Can I loved One Wish. Like, I really loved his voice. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was like velvet. But the personality, like whatever's going on in their minds, like they're just not well, and they're very difficult to like take as people, or very unlikable. And so their careers stall, which is really, really unfortunate for them. Tia says Ray J is going to lose. He doesn't have their kind of money. He doesn't, right? And he also doesn't have proof that they're under investigation for racketeering, trafficking, or anything like that. Ali says, but they all need professional help and probably getting out of the public eye. That I most certainly can agree with. Andre says, no, he won't. He gets paid regardless of all the Kardashians. But you know what? He's about to lose all that money on lawyers' fees because they are not messing around with him. They've got Alex Spiro, one of the most expensive, biggest lawyers in the game, on their team. Ramel says, yes, Ray J is definitely obsessed. She must have been the best in bed for him. And listen, we saw that tape. If that's the best you had in bed, just saying. Ramel says, I think he has a new girlfriend. Oh, and I forgot to get that video for you guys, but he does have a new girlfriend. And he made her cry on Instagram Live yesterday, saying that like he only loves Princess and he only wants to be with Princess. And it's weird that she's crying over him because I think it was her in the other Instagram Live from the day before yesterday who was like, Ray J, your penis stinks. Why are you crying over a smelly peen, man? Right? Like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, you can't keep up with somebody like that in their constant IG lives, right? Ray J can get paid on Hulu to Kardashian selfishness. I would like to see a reality show on him. He was great in Love and Hip Hop. I think he had some other things that he was doing. He's a very entertaining character, so why not, right? Are you serious, Kahara? Really? Oh my God. Like, I loved his voice. I thought he was such a good singer. I really, really did love his voice. Good morning, Ruby. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Now, you guys, let me see what else I've got on the agenda. Yes, the Nick Cannon story, y'all. Oh my God, this story. I actually really feel bad for his kids, y'all. Like, he really put them in a bad position with his reckless breeding. Like, it is incredibly unfair that he. And let me put up that family tree. Yeah, this is from the Shade Room, I think it is. I need to make my own for Kale, for example. It is really reckless, unserious, and just mean, cruel to your children to run around reproducing like this, right? So Nick Cannon first had kids with Mariah Carey while they were married, twins named Moroccan and Monroe, right? And then after that relationship ended, he went crazy, knocking up any and everybody he could find. And so that's how he wound up having a total of about 11 kids now, right? And so people have been asking his children how they feel about all of these, random half siblings scattered across the United States of America. And Monroe decided to go ahead and speak up and share exactly how it is that she particularly feels about that, her father's reckless ways, right? So she said, clearing something up, guys. I only have one brother who is, and then she adds him, in case you got it twisted, Moroccan Cannon. I do have other half siblings from my dad, but they are all many years younger than me. So she knows that they exist, right? But she does not claim them. She does not see them as real, true, actual siblings to her. And that's not surprising. I do think that half siblings, step siblings, whatever, they do count as true, actual siblings. But if you're not really raised to see each other all that often and whatnot, and mind you, half of these kids do not even live in the same state, same city, same neighborhood, same nothing as her. Like, she does not see these people. She knows they exist, but those are her father's kids. She doesn't see them as actual siblings. And I find that to be so sad. I think that, if Nick had tried again with another woman and had some kids with her, and was really involved in the upbringing of those kids and had them involved with his kids with Mariah, okay, that would have been fine. Like, things happen. But for him to purposely go and seek out to knock up 5 other women, and he also brags quite a bit about how it's the women who take care of these kids, pretty much. Like, he's just a sperm donor. Like, these ladies, they're doing pretty much everything with these kids, and they try to get together when they can, but they're all far from each other, or most of them are far from each other. They've got their own lives going on. The kids have their own lives going on. And I don't think that Mariah wants any part of the circus. So I don't think that she particularly tries to get along with, the rest of the chicks in the harem, right? And I wouldn't even say that Mariah Carey is a part of the harem. I think those 5 are the harem, and then Mariah's on her own. And so she just kind of keeps her kids out of the fray with that. And so that's how you end up in the situation where Monroe's like, listen, I know my dad and his wayward peen have 1,000,001 kids, but I only have one brother. I'm sorry. I don't know them. She definitely pulled a Mariah Carey on those kids. And what do you guys think about it? Listen, I think, I think it makes sense for her situation and where she's at. Like, she just does not know these kids like that. Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I see where she's coming from. I'm still shocked that she even has her own Instagram that she actually controls. Again, how old is she? What is she, like 14? Ali says Nick Cannon doesn't commingle with families. Exactly. Like, those kids are the ladies' kids. He's not really there to help raise them and to foster a relationship between them as siblings. And so it's a really sad thing that he's done here. Latasha says, I know that's right, Monroe. She said it's just her and her twin. That's it. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And I think she is well within reason to kind of draw the line there. Although I do find it to be very strange that people are even reaching out to her to talk about this. This is why I don't understand why celebrities in particular allow their kids to be on social media, like, publicly. There are a lot of strange adults who feel like it's perfectly normal to speak to children on social media. I just do not understand how, why, on what planet, like, a grown person would find that to be normal, appropriate, by any stretch of the imagination. And so it opens them up to a lot of strange things. Jalisa says, Roro said, hold up now, I got one. Exactly. And I am here for it. Good for you. Own it. That's what it is. At the end of the day, that's her bro, and that's it. Ronnie says he's nasty. I can't stand him. I even shut off any old show I see him in, and he acts like it's the funniest thing. It's a normal thing that he's doing. More people should be, polygamous like this and whatnot, but it's not, and it's really cruel, and it's really, really, truly selfish. Like, I really hate what he's done here. Lex says, I'm equally disturbed with a woman who agreed to be in a Nick Cannon harem as much as Nick. Exactly. Like, these girls, like, I'm sorry, but they are very much giving chicken heads. Like, these are some chicken-headed birds who decided to do this. Andre says, Nick Cannon's ex-wife, Mariah Carey, living her best life in Atlanta, Georgia. Exactly. Stay away from this, Mariah. You are way too good for this mess. Good morning, Dawn. Nice to see you, boo. It's been a while. So nice to see you. Carly says, very sad. How can he be there like you want your dad to be? You know, he can't be there. Exactly, right? Like he tries to stop in and see some of these kids for like holidays, you know, for the photo shoots, this, that, and the other. But like in the day-to-day, he's not there. You know, and especially now he needs to work as much as possible to make money to fund the lifestyles of these children. What is the point? What is the point? What was the reason? Ramal says, I agree with her. My father's other kids are my bio siblings, but not my siblings. I didn't know them. Exactly. Right. And I think that you guys are well within your right and within reason to feel that way. Like, I feel like you kind of have to be raised around somebody to feel like they truly are your sibling, you know, like otherwise they're kind of just your sibling in name. Just saying. Very sad. And now, you guys, why don't we get into our final story of the day? We were really going through these quickly. Cardi B. Cardi B. Look at her. She just gave birth a couple of days ago, and there she is already at the gym. Her label wants her to get to be ready still. They're not canceling that tour that she's supposed to be on next year. It's November 14th, and she's supposed to go on tour in a couple months. I think it kicks off in February. So they said, all right, you got your baby out now. Let's get that baby weight off. And I find that to be so, so sad. I think that these are critical bonding moments and whatnot, but like she doesn't even have the luxury of that and the time for that because she's got a tour to get to. Hopefully this was just a quick 1 hour gym session or something like that. But it just made me really, really, really sad for her to see somebody like, are you not still bleeding a couple days after giving birth? Like, how are you at the gym? Like, that is so intense. I feel like that is a lot of pressure to put on somebody who just gave birth. But unfortunately, Cardi B has some of the poorest coochie management in the game. And that's how she wound up knocked up by a scrub who got 4 women knocked up in the same year. You know, it's all so freaking sad. I really, really hate that she's in the situation, but it's not something that just happened to her. It's a situation that she decided to put herself in, unfortunately, instead of just focusing on her divorce, focusing on her music, focusing on the kids she already had. Because guess what? Isn't like her youngest child named Blossom or something? Isn't that child only like a year old or 2 years old or something like that at this point? Like, she already had so much on her plate, too much to be popping up, knocked up by a man she doesn't even really know like that. You know, it's very strange. TMZ published a story. They're the ones who got the exclusive photos and videos from her at the gym. They said that she was accompanied by a couple of trainers. Listen, her record label said, you are not flopping on us this time, girl. We are getting through it, right? And so she's also sharing her gym journey saying, and I quote, I've started prepping for tour, getting my body right, getting my mind right. Listen, I think exercise and all that stuff is really great, really important, but I don't know. It feels like a lot to be doing that just days after giving birth. Are any of you guys doctors? Like, is this something that you guys did straight after giving birth? Or did you guys take some time to like heal? It sounds like a lot. It feels like a lot on the body, but I'm no expert. Ali says it's very sad, but no one likes a cloud baby. Oh, so this is about the Nick Cannon thing. I was like, what do you mean? Becky says the Nick Cannon, Harry, and baby mamas are chicken heads for sure, right? They are some chicken heads. Get out of here. And exactly, Jaleesa, she truly, truly, truly had her baby literally a couple days ago. Like, I find it absolutely insane that she's already at the gym. It makes me really, really scared for her. It doesn't seem safe. It does not seem healthy. They said that she had an entourage of several trainers with her. So hopefully, you know, they are keeping a safe eye on her, because this is harsh. Cole says she bled for 8 weeks straight. So that's what I thought. I thought that, like, you know, women bleed for a couple of days, couple of weeks. Aren't you like still wearing like some sort of diaper sort of thing for a certain period of time? Isn't it like still very, what do you call this? Your pelvic floor and everything, isn't it all still very fragile and whatnot? Like, it sounds like a lot. Like, you know, I'm just thinking of how hard I go in the gym. I'm like, I can't imagine doing that after giving birth. Cara says women's bodies are resilient. My mom mowed the lawn where was your daddy at? What are you talking about? My mom mowed the lawn 2 days after giving birth. Oh my God. Becky says, I'm so disappointed with Cardi. If she accidentally got pregnant with a decent guy, maybe. But yeah, the same quality as Offset. Shame. At least this one works, I guess. Exactly. Like, what was she thinking? How are you even worried about getting knocked up? And your youngest is like a year old, and you're going through a divorce. Like, it does not compute to me, right? Exactly, Coley. I don't get it. It's crazy to me. Good morning, Sammy. What a lovely dress. Nice to see you. And thanks for being a part of the replay, the playback posse. So nice to see you. Excuse me, what he knocked up? Yeah, he knocked up multiple women in a year. So yeah, I think Cardi is number 3 or 4 of the women that he knocked up for the year. He is a dirty D scrub loser, in my opinion, personally. Very, very very sick person, just very disgusting, very Nick Cannon light, so to speak. Just says, yeah, you bleed for 6 weeks after. Exactly. How are you doing this? This seems like a lot. Becky says Cardi had plastic surgery immediately. Remember, she has this like audio clip that's very popular on TikTok where she's like, as soon as I give birth, Hennessy, put me the effing faja on right now. You know, she does not play. Like, she will hop on that surgeon's table. She will hop on that faja. But this time it looks like she wants to go to the gym. Gigi said, I'd rather work out at home, right? Listen, I wish I could work out at home, but I just live in a little box. I wish I could have like a gym room or something like that. I'm so jealous. Julie says, maybe she's walking the treadmill and stretching. I don't think, I would hope. But because they said that she like came in with like a team of, hang on, let me pull up the picture, a team of like personal trainers. I'm like, do you need a team to watch you walk a treadmill, let alone just one? And then she's sitting on one of like the bench press, what is this? On one of the seats that people use for like, you know, either their, what do you call these? Because I don't work my arms really. I don't want them too much. I only do my triceps, not my biceps. But people like to sit on those benches for lifting muscles. You know, some people like to do their, what do you call this? Their bicep curls or their this and that. Like those are for like hardcore weightlifting. So it makes me nervous that that's what she's doing, which is kind of crazy. All right. Crazy. Very high risk in my opinion, but I really hope that everything works out well for her. Belle says Cardi had been saying that she's going straight to work after giving birth because her tour starts in January. All right. Like, I really wish that she didn't put herself in this position because it seems rough. You know, you got this new baby. I'm sure she's excited about her baby and she's, you know, wants to bond with her baby, but she can't really in this moment just like be chill and, you know, enjoy and bask in it because she has to work her behind off to be in shape for her tour that starts in like a couple of months. I feel for her. But again, these are the types of situations that poor coochie management will get you in. Listen, manage those coochies well, ladies. Do not get yourselves in these kinds of positions. It's sad. She's too good for this. She's too rich for this. She's already got 3 kids. She didn't need to put herself in this situation. Andre says, one of the women Nick Cannon has a child with signed up for MTV's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yes, it's Jessica White. You know, I used to love Love and Hip Hop, but I stopped watching a couple seasons ago. I think I got to see her a couple episodes of her. Like, how was she doing? She seemed like she really, she was really impacted by her relationship with Nick Cannon. Was there something about like ending a pregnancy with him and then seeing that he was getting everybody else knocked up or something like that? Like, I think he did something to her that was really, really traumatic to her. And it's a very, very sad thing to hear about. Cynthia says, I am a bit crazy. I don't think that's bad at all, as long as she's doing it with care and help, LOL. Listen, I really hope she's got care and help because again, like typically your body is so fragile after giving birth, you're still bleeding and everything. So to me, the idea, like the amount of pressure that she must be under to be at the gym, working out, lifting weights, just, it sounds rough. It really sounds rough to me. But, you know, if it's something like Jaleesa was saying, like treadmill, I don't even know if it's stretching is a good, I don't know, y'all. Like, I'm just thinking like, let it close up or something. Let it like heal, let it chill, because it sounds like a lot. It sounds very traumatic. Like your body went through some hardcore trauma, the most traumatic thing you can go through. It just sounds like a lot. I really wish her the space and time to be able to properly bond and relax. Like just the idea of this. And I'm a gym girl. I'm a gym rat. I love being in the gym. But the idea of this just sounds really sad to me personally. Shar says, oh, hey, Shar, good morning. Listen, I'm about to head out. I'm so sad I missed you this morning, but I hope you join our playback posse. Exactly, be wise. Unfortunately, she does. She's, she's from the hood, but then she got rich and she just didn't upgrade her mentality to go along with it. And so she still kind of keeps with these kinds of decisions, that I think she can. I wish she would evolve. I really do. Good morning, Ray. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Listen, y'all, I do have to run. I got to pay some taxes. Then I got to head to the gym. And then I'm going to the countryside for the weekend for a little walk in the parks tomorrow. And then I'll be back in Paris tomorrow night to break it down, y'all. I'm going to go out dancing. I'm hoping to go. Where am I going? Y'all know, listen. If ever you come to Paris and you want to go dancing somewhere, I always recommend to people to go to the Hoxton Hotel. So I think that's where I'm going to be Saturday night, shaking my little tail feather. So hopefully I'll see y'all there. Listen, guys, have a great weekend. It was so much fun chatting with you. If you enjoyed today's episode of the show, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I will see you bright and early Monday to talk more about the day's hottest topics. Please get into some fun stuff this weekend. I want to hear all about it on Monday, okay? Take care, you guys. See you next time. Bye.